There are two types of people that I meet in our industry. Type A, who want to be successful, and that's all they know about it. They want to have more students, they want to make more money, they want to be successful. Type B, who want to be successful, but they also know what it takes to get there. They know the hard work that's going to go behind it. They know what to invest in their time, their money, their effort. And the businesses who don't start with just opening a martial arts school, but they start with a mission statement. What is your mission statement? What is it you want to accomplish? It's not all about getting more students, but it's about knowing what is it that got you into this in the first place. Can you get there really without doing that investment and putting that effort? Once you know what it takes, now you're more prepared. It's like going to a fight, going to a tournament. You do your training, you're ready, and then you go compete. You go through that 2 hours of training. You go through that 1 hour of running. You prepare yourself to go to a tournament and compete. Business is exactly the same way. Let's talk some about the people you're probably familiar with. How many people know Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook? Everyone. Larry Page? Where's he from? Google. All these guys have started their businesses very small, exactly like us. They worked through their dorm, their garages, and they invested their time in building their big ideas. None of them were a billionaire starting with. They're all internet billionaires now. They didn't become billionaires overnight. They worked hard. And they were small. So the first point that I like to make is that it's okay to be small. A lot of people think big ideas. But there are very few people who are humble enough to think small. So if you're starting a school with 20 students, it's okay. If you've been at it for a year and you have 30 students, that's okay too. This is how you start. Now, a lot of these guys, though they went through so much hard work, of course they were younger at their early age, and they went through big sacrifice. So every time you think about the word success, also think about what is it that you're willing to sacrifice. Is that time? Is that money? Is it spending time maybe with your family? Because it really takes that much to get there. Now, the lesson I'm trying to say here is delayed gratification. Don't think always about instant gratification. I need to make money this month, this year. I didn't make it, so I should change my job now. You have to be patient, you have to stay focused, and you have to plan well. I called Master Silva, and I asked him, I said, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What was it that you sacrificed to be where you are today? You know, he started thinking for a minute, and then he said, you know, Farid, I work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, but honestly, it didn't feel like work. I was having so much fun, I was enjoying it so much, that it didn't feel like work. So yet now he's thinking back, and he thinks that's what he was sacrificing, but really it was an investment that he was making in his future, in the future of his children and family. So it's not all that bad when you think of it that way, right? And the word that I want you to go home with this weekend is investment. Investment is not only about money and making more money. No. Invest your time. Invest in education for yourself and your staff member. We talked about that this morning. And you said, yes, you have invested in your staff. That's amazing. Things they don't know, get them to learn instead of letting them go immediately. If they're willing to learn. Invest in education, it's important. It's also important to invest in your clean school. Your school has to be clean. You got to pay attention to that. I remember I went to one of my departments downstairs. We were like 2 or 3 buildings separately. And one of my top employees had left, management had left, and I had to take over. The first thing I did, I went to the washroom. First thing. And I looked at it, I say, wow. Couldn't believe it. They had the garbage there. The towels were on the floor. The floor wasn't that clean. I invested like $5,000, actually upgraded the whole bathroom first. Why? Because when you're in a place for that long with the people around you, that says a lot about your business, it says a lot about you, and it says a lot about your business and your staff and your instructors. So pay attention to the smallest thing. Keep your school clean, invest in education, and invest in learning new things in business. Roland briefly talked about innovation. By the way, I loved what he said. Because he said it's not all about marketing and lead generation, but it's also about taking the next step. You are the leaders in the martial arts industry. You are the one. You are going to make it or not make it. If there are some schools that are going down and they're closing down, who are we losing those students to? Is it hockey? Is it football? What is it? We need to make a new impact in our industry. And that is not all about charging $150, $200 a month, that whoever charges more is the best. No. Who's out there teaching kids to become their best? We have so much to teach. But yet people think we're all about self-defense. We're about getting in shape. That's not what we're all about. What we teach kids, no one does. I have a 3-year-old sitting there, and for the first time, I take her to the classes, gymnastic, gymboree, music class, and I'm watching the instructors, and I'm watching these programs. No one does what we do for kids and children. No one. The value you bring to your community is huge. It really is. But it's also important to be able to show that, to promote that, to market that. You sit back, there's so many information out there with these devices now that kids sit on 2 couches, text each other instead of talking to each other. Right? I'm always wondering, maybe one day there will be no oxygen on Earth and we'll have no mouth. Maybe that's why. Our fingers get longer and we start texting each other. Maybe that's the start. Right? Today, like every year, we do our Seaway around November. I'm really happy that Master Silva was really open-minded about us joining together. Because again, it's not really about a company, a technology, but it's about us helping each other to become more. And we do need each other, actually. You do need the schools across, maybe not the street, but across town. Right? For them to perform too. Now, in our industry, I think we're the first one to have done such a thing. So I want to personally thank Master Silva for his great openness to this. And as Bill was saying, that, you know, it's not easy to get an event together. So we're really happy that, you know, we could share that hard work and being able to do it with a team, a bigger team. But one person behind all this who put through a lot of hard work into this event is Jeannie. I'd like to invite her up for a second if you could, please. Please, come on, come on.
Thank you very much.
Della, now that you're up here, do you want to do a sidekick? Come here. Okay, not that way because you weren't scared, okay? A lot of little boys there, I don't want them to see you. Okay. Okay. Okay, just do a psyche and put your foot up. Now hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Don't look down there, guys. Look at that.